Hey everyone, it's Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry for my unmade bed and craziness again. I really don't know what to do with my filming setup, but the lighting is really nice here. Actually took a little quick break from work. I'm wearing this nice dress today. I haven't worn a dress in forever and I just felt like it. I actually really like my eyeshadow today. I mean, it's a little lighter than I thought it would be, but it's like fun. It's sort of like light in pigmentation or light in tone, but it's still fun colors. So it's this Gen Nude Floral Utopia by Bare Minerals. Really pretty packaging. I'd heard good things about the neutral ones of these, the other three, but yeah, I'm actually wearing all 6 shades and didn't even follow a tutorial because I couldn't find any that I liked, so did it myself. Yeah, but anyway, this is gonna be a very different video. I know I just talked about makeup and that's typically where I stick to, but I do kind of want to branch out. I've loved doing vlogs in the past. Let me know if you'd like to see a quarantine vlog. Okay, I feel like my camera is not quite straight, but you get the idea. I just put a new battery pack and completely smashed my nail. So anyway, I feel like I'm not in focus here, but like I said, this is going to be a completely different video, but I do want to branch out. So this is actually going to be, and again, it's very personal too, so this is going to be about women's health if it's not your thing. I mean, hopefully you can tell by the title of this video, but if it's not your thing, if you don't like hearing about that, then definitely click off. But just in general, over this past, year, it's been a year, I've just done a lot of changes in terms of like my health, what I'm taking, like my sexual health, I guess. So yeah, and it's been this whole journey, and what I found really helpful, the most helpful, was videos on YouTube. I found some great YouTubers. I'll list the main woman's name, and I agree with her sentiment that women just don't talk about this stuff enough. And it's we don't even talk about it with our close girlfriends, and if we can't talk about it with our friends, then who can we talk about it with? And these are just important things to talk about. We all experience them, we all go through them, so why not be open and honest and try to help each other out? So that's really what I'm trying to add to the conversation, what I'm trying to do with this video, and yeah, just help you guys out if you're experiencing something similar, if you know someone who's experiencing something similar, just to feel like you're not alone and to get some advice and hear what someone else did. So this is really only my experience. I don't want to say this is gonna work or not work for anyone else, but yeah, I just want to share my open and honest experience. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I will give you a little backstory. This isn't really necessarily related, but I think it's just cool context. If you want to hear more, and if you want to hear more details, I can definitely do another video on anything you guys would like, so please let me know. So basically last January, I was really frustrated and just over hormonal birth control. I'd been on the pill for about 8 years. Before I went to college when I was 18, I decided, hey, this is a smart thing to do. This is the safe adult thing to do, and then I just did not need it for its intended purpose. So I was just on it. It didn't help my period cramps, which I've always had really bad period cramps. Yeah, and then it was fine for a while. It was nice to I was always had a regular regular cycle, so that was never a problem for me, but it was nice to know exactly what day was coming. But yeah, and then I just got tired and bored of it. I kind of towards the end stopped having my period. I would just spot during the off week. I did have the combo pill, and I was just over it. I was like, why am I even on this if not for the intended purpose? It's not helping my, it's not giving me any benefit. It's not helping any of my, periods, like PMS symptoms or whatever. So yeah, so I got off of it. Well, so I first tried to switch to the NuvaRing. That did not work. My body literally tried to expel it from my body. Did not work. If you want to know more about my experience with that, I was only on it for maybe 5 days, and I was very sore after. This is gonna be, here starts the TMI, but it just did not work. So then I just decided to fully get off of it. It was a huge and hard decision, which was crazy. The fact that I got attached to something that wasn't even providing me any benefits, I think is just crazy. When I got off of it, it mostly went well. First little bit was, still in quarantine and stuff. This was beginning of January, but then obviously, March isn't too far along. My emotions were all over the place. And then my acne was really bad. That was probably the worst, besides sort of the irregularity of the periods in the beginning, but my cramps were fine. Like 2 or 3 months, maybe I had bad cramps, but that was it. When on the pill, they were just as bad as normal. Have to take, you know, prescription strength naproxen. My hormonal headaches were gone, which I'd always get hormonal headaches every month. So it was wonderful. I loved being off of it, besides the acne, which I could have gone to a dermatologist for, but, you know, pandemic. And I was hoping like my skin would figure itself out. So now I found products that I think have helped, and now being back on birth control, spoiler alert, I am back on it. I am now using for its intended purpose, so there is a benefit to it. For the first few months of me being in a relationship and needing birth control, I wasn't, you know, we were using condoms, just solely condoms, but you know, I'm more of a 2 method kind of girl, just some backup there. So anyway, this kind of brings me to my journey. So what this video is my pelvic floor physical therapy. I do want to document this, so I'll definitely update you guys on how it's going. But I had my first session yesterday morning before work, which is a way to wake up on a Tuesday, way to start your day. But she's wonderful. They take my insurance, which I didn't think they did, but they do, which is exciting. So yeah, so basically, you know, without getting into too much detail, but, sex was painful for me. It has been since the beginning. I want to say my first time, which if you want a video on this, I can definitely do a video on this. You know, my partner's amazing. He's great, but, you know, it's not his fault, but my first time just hurt. It really hurt. It was painful. I would say it was painful for the entire time. It felt like he was hitting a wall. It was just extremely painful, and I had done my research. You know, we prepped, we did all the things you're supposed to do for the most part, but it was traumatic. I would go as so far as to say traumatic. Like, it was just horrible. So not to scare anyone, but that's my experience, and I did not hear anyone else really mention that. So yeah, so it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And it was just very overwhelming as well. So like I said, if you want me to go into full detail about that, I'd be happy to. But anyway, since then, you know, sometimes I bleed with sex just a little bit, but mostly upon entry for the first like minute or 2, it is painful. We figured out positions, like me being on top and certain things to help, but thankfully it does go away. And it does become pleasurable, which that was the other thing with sex, is I thought it would just feel good from day 1 or maybe, you know, day 2. And that wasn't the case for me either. It took a really long time, and I'm still trying to figure out positions that I like, that my, you know, what hits my spot, so to speak. So it's definitely a journey, and women don't talk about that enough, and I felt very lonely, and there was definitely some shame along with it, like something's wrong with me, even though in my logical brain I know that's not true. I just felt like, what's wrong with me? I'm broken. My body is not functioning. I'm dysfunctional. So it's really, really tough. So if you're out there and you're struggling with the same things, like, I hear you, I see you, I feel you, but just know you're not alone. And although these things aren't normal, they are common. A lot of women have pain with sex, and I'm here to say that it's not okay. And we shouldn't just have to put up with it. You know, if a man was in our position, not to get, you know, a feminist on you, but they wouldn't put up with it, and they wouldn't be dismissed by doctors. So anyway, oh, my battery's gonna die. I could go on a tangent about that. But so I you know, I said enough's enough. Like, I want to figure out what's going on and to fix this. And I went to a gynecologist. It's weird because I had a virtual appointment. She's really good for endometriosis. She was recommended by a friend. I don't have endometriosis, so I'm not sure maybe if we vibe in that sense, because that's her specialty. So I might get a new doctor, because I just felt a little dismissed by her, but she gave me some like recommendations, things I'd already been doing, so none of them were helpful. And she just kind of like passed me off to a pelvic floor physical therapist. So I did my research. They gave me a list. I found some I wanted, contacted them, finally had my first appointment. So that brings me to the video. So yeah, I was really nervous. I tried to look up videos, but I could not find a lot, especially about just people like me who have gone. My friend who has endometriosis, a lot of those women do have painful sex, and she knows people that could benefit from it, but were too scared because of the pain. My first experience was fine. It was great. She is going to check my cervix soon, so we'll see how that goes. I'll definitely update you guys, but it was fine. Like, I know everyone's pain is different and everyone's, you know, threshold is different. Bodies are different, but my experience, it wasn't bad. It was wonderful. So basically how it was is I showed up. Previous, I had filled out this really extensive questionnaire with my goals, with, you know, information about my period, incontinence questions, bowel like movement questions, you know, about my issues I was having, sex, all that stuff. It was very comprehensive, and I loved that. I love that they asked what are my goals. Wow, this highlight's looking good. This is the Anastasia Amrezy. And this foundation is the Becca Aqua Luminous. I haven't worn it in a while. Anyway, so then when I got there, she asked me some more questions, you know, a history of abuse, like, you know, tough things like that, and then just basic ones like how often do you pee, which I'm like, I don't know, a regular amount, doesn't affect my life. Yeah, and then I was filling out a questionnaire while she asked me questions just to, because we were kind of running late, and then we got started. And so basically she, you know, asked me obviously questions of, you know, my history, what my goals were, which she said, yeah, no pain, to have no pain with sex, that is a reasonable goal for you, which was so exciting to hear. She also said I was already doing everything she would recommend, so yay to my partner and me for figuring that out, and for him to be so great and trying to, you know, help me along this whole journey. Really appreciate how great he's been about that. And yeah, and so basically what it entailed is she first checked my posture, just standing up, and then she had me change from the waist down. It's all kind of in one room, like it was just a big kind of like complex where they just have their own little suite. So it was just this one room, but I felt fine, you know, had privacy. Then I was on a bed with like, you know, a little sheet, or like a sheet, but also like a little pad to catch any like moisture. Right, because they're going to do the internal exam as well, which she said you can push off for your second visit just until you're more comfortable, which is great. They also signed me up for 12 visits, but I might not need all those. Maybe I'll need more. My primary said it can go up to 20, so we'll see. But yeah, then she just checked like my stomach, if I had any sore spots. She said my legs were pretty tight, which I know, typically I get a massage every month. She said my legs, like she called it something, but basically it's just like my deep tissue is tight. And I'm like, yep, that's me. And then she checked like externally, like on my vulva area, if anything was sensitive or tender, and it wasn't. Okay, third time's the charm. So less battery I have, so I need to charge them. I just got new ones. But anyway, yeah, I was like, great, I'm in the right place. Then she did more internally, more deeper, I don't know what the right terms are, and then did that same thing. And then she wants me every day, which I didn't do it yesterday because I went, but she wants me to do meditation every day, a specific one for like love and relationships or something, which I think will be cool, just to relax again. And then she wants me, and she said it'll be best if I do it with my finger inserted, is touch on a pain, you know, pain area, and then do that whole, like hold the grape, and then for 5 seconds and exhale, and do 3 deep belly breaths, and do that 5 times. And she also said do it 5 times a day, I think. Oh shoot, I forgot that it isn't reps like all back to back, so I should do that. I think so. Should I do it 25 times? Gosh, I should ask her. Whoops. This just happened yesterday, but so I'll try to do that today. Because I do really want this to work, and then the meditation as well. And then she says she has a class on Saturday that I need to ask about. But yeah, that was pretty much it. My session is a little shorter and we were running late. But it was great. It wasn't that painful. She was so great. I felt comfortable with her. It was interesting sort of all the things she was looking at. And then basically she said, she diagnosed me, I guess, just was like, yeah, so basically your vestibular or something. She had all these technical terms, but she said basically your muscles are just overly sensitive. And I've probably had this forever and just never knew it until I started having sex, which makes total sense to me, especially with my history with like trying, you know, tampon use and all that. So it was just so kind of like freeing and validating to know like I'm not crazy. Other women experience this, and hey, here's someone that's going to help you and you don't have to be in pain anymore. So yeah, she also had like questions in her questionnaire, like sitting down, is that painful, and all these other things, which thank goodness I don't have it that bad. But yeah, it was just fantastic, and I'm so excited. You know, I didn't try to get too nervous, but yeah, I had nothing to be nervous about. Like I said, it was way better than a gynecologist exam, and those actually, they're inside you for less time, I feel like. So, at least for like a pap smear. So this was just wonderful. I'd also love to know if I have a tilted uterus. I don't know if she could tell me that, but yeah, it was just great. I love it. I'm so excited to go back. I'm so excited to be getting help. So that is my video on sort of my journey with pelvic floor physical therapy. So yeah, please leave any questions you have down below. I'll answer them. Or if you want a video on any of the things I mentioned or things I didn't mention, I'd be happy to do them. So yeah, so that's my journey. So yeah, please let me know if you're going through something similar. We can get a conversation going in the comments, because I want this to be a safe space for us to talk about these things. And like I said, I want to be able to share this and help each other out, because you know, a lot of people experience it and it doesn't help anyone to suffer in silence. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that different video, and I hope you guys are all doing well, and until next time, bye everyone.